Have you ever stopped to wonder how AI actually learns?
We tend to think of it as this brain in a box. It just gets smarter all on its own.
But you know what? The reality is way more interesting.
And believe it or not, you're a huge part of the process.
So let's pull back the curtain on how this digital brain really goes to school.
Okay, let's try an analogy here. Imagine AI isn't some all powerful super genius, but it's more like a first year college student.
Yeah, it's got a ton of book smarts. It's basically read the entire internet, but it has absolutely zero real world experience. It's got all this potential, but boy, it still needs a lot of guidance, right?
So, this is the absolute core idea we're breaking down today. The myth is that AI is this magical, all knowing thing, but the reality, it's a student. And just like any student, it needs teachers, people like us, to guide it, to correct it, and to help it make sense of this crazy, complicated world.
And that brings us to our first big idea here, thinking of AI as the eternal freshman. So, why eternal? Well, think about it. Unlike a human student who eventually graduates, the world never stops changing. It's always generating a new curriculum, which means the AI is pretty much always in its first year of learning something new.
There's actually a technical term for this whole process. It's called continuous learning, and it's the absolute essential engine that allows an AI to improve and adapt. Without it, an AI is basically just a static snapshot of the data it was trained on, completely frozen in time. So, how does this learning actually happen? Well, it's all about a giant feedback loop.
You've got all these inputs, documents, user prompts, and really importantly, our feedback. You know, a thumbs up or a thumbs down. All of this stuff gets fed into the AI's brain, which is really just a super complex mathematical model. The model processes everything to refine its understanding, and the output is hopefully better performance. The crucial piece here is that constant stream of new data and our corrections. Without that, the learning just completely flatlined.
And that leads us directly into a huge problem in the AI world, what you could call the set it and forget it trap. This quote just nails the problem perfectly. Can you imagine asking an AI that was trained back in 2022 to explain a meme that just dropped today? It wouldn't just be confused. It would probably give you a confidently wrong answer based on totally outdated info.
Without those continuous updates, the AI just becomes a digital time capsule, reflecting a world that doesn't even exist anymore. And let's be real, the world moves fast. Language evolves with new slang literally overnight. New technologies change how we do everything. Consumer habits are always shifting.
A static AI model is completely blind to all this constant change, leaving it more and more out of touch with reality. And this is the real danger here. It's not just that the AI becomes outdated, it's that it becomes confidently wrong. It'll serve you an incorrect answer with all the assurance of a Nobel Prize winner, which, let's be honest, is way worse than it just saying, I don't know. So if the AI is the student, then who's the teacher?
Well, that would be you. Let's dig into your role as an AI tutor. The industry has a pretty cool name for this, Human-in-the-Loop. It's basically a formal way of saying that the best AI systems aren't the ones that run totally on their own. Nope.
They're the ones where we humans are actively guiding, correcting, and providing that absolutely essential feedback. And you know what? You do this all the time, maybe without even realizing it. Every single time you use an AI and you see those little thumbs up or thumbs down icons, you have a chance to be a teacher. Clicking them, and especially adding a little detail in that text box, is like giving feedback on an essay.
It's truly one of the most direct ways you can help the AI learn. And I know Your single click might feel like just a drop in the ocean, but it's really not. Your feedback joins this massive stream from millions of other users. This collective human experience gets funneled directly back to the developers, and it becomes the main tool they use to make the AI smarter, safer, and more useful for everybody. Now, this human feedback isn't just about catching spelling errors or little factual mistakes.
It plays a critical role in one of the most important subjects in the AI's curriculum, ethics. And for an AI, let me tell you, ethics is not an elective, it is a mandatory core class. And the most important lesson here is that bias doesn't fix itself. It can't. AI models learn from our data, and our data contains all of our own messy societal biases.
Without that human hand actively correcting and tuning the model, the AI will simply reflect and often amplify those flaws. This chart here lays out the stakes perfectly. On one side, you have that unmonitored system where bias just gets baked in and accuracy decays over time. On the other side, with a continuously learning system, we actually have the power to identify and reduce bias, to improve accuracy with feedback, and to maintain accountability. I mean, the difference is night and day.
This is what responsible AI development actually looks like in practice. It's not a once and done launch. It's an ongoing commitment to monitoring, to auditing, and to making adjustments whenever problems pop up. It's about taking real accountability for the technology we create. So let's bring this all together.
If we can stop thinking of AI as some kind of magical brain and start thinking of it as a lifelong study buddy, its role in our lives becomes so much clearer. When you break it down like this, the parallels are pretty striking, aren't they? We learn from our mistakes, it learns from its corrected errors, we improve with feedback.
It improves with our feedback. We get better with experience. It gets better with more data. It's basically a mirror of our own learning process, just scaled up with computation. We're essentially teaching it to learn in a very human way.
And this right here is the key takeaway for the future. Continuous learning helps us build better tools that enhance our own abilities. This isn't about replacing people. It's about creating a partner that can help us solve problems, be more creative, and just work more efficiently. So I'll leave you with this final thought. We've established that AI is a student and we are its teachers.
The technology is constantly learning from our prompts, our feedback, and our corrections.
So the only question that really remains is this: what are we choosing to teach it?